What haven't we done to make church better? We've changed the decor, we've launched community service projects, we have praise and worship teams, we even have drums. We have special days almost every week, guest speakers as often as possible. Now, some of these improvements we needed to have, thank you for them. But the needle hasn't moved concerning stagnation. The stagnant are still stagnant, and some even complacently so. New believers see the state of affairs at their new church, and they run for the hills, never to be seen again. And the youth leave as soon as they can. Decreased attendance and decreased morale have left the heavy lifting to others who are slowly but surely burning out. If this sounds like your church or where it's headed, I can tell you from personal experience, there is hope. If you don't already know me, my name is Esther Green. I'm the founder of 4E Ministries, and I discovered that spiritual stagnation is the result of disconnect from Christ. It happens in small ways, beginning with simply not maintaining connection. It happens when we don't keep growing our spiritual muscles. It also happens when we don't pay attention, deep attention, to what Jesus says. Once I paid deep attention to what Jesus said in Matthew 28, teach them to observe all things that I've commanded you, I finally understood that Jesus meant teach and don't stop teaching. Learn and never stop learning. Share and never stop sharing. Once I figured this out, my life has not been the same. Stagnation? What stagnation? Over 12 years ago, God had me author systematic, thought-provoking Bible studies and facilitate numerous small Bible study groups using the materials. His mandate to me was to improve people's connection with Him so He can ignite them. I facilitate, He ignites. I facilitate, He ignites. It's a partnership, and it's been great. But Jesus needs more partners. And here you are. Listen, we need to understand how Jesus did Bible study after He resurrected. Write this down. Jesus did systematic, thorough Bible studies before He left this earth. Remember, He spent 40 days with the disciples before He returned to heaven. Read all of Luke 24, but verse 45 says He opened their understanding that they might understand the scriptures. His eye-opening Bible studies were the fuel that the Spirit used to ignite the disciples, and we see the results of their being ignited. In fact, we are the results. 2,000 years later, we are the results. People are stagnant because they have very little to no premium fuel. Bible studies are one way that they can get fuel. Bible studies done God's way, the Emmaus way, is premium fuel. Then the Spirit ignites. How do we do this, Esther? How do we facilitate so He can ignite? How do we facilitate so people open up the hidden spaces to God? Great questions, because we know that we have been doing Bible studies all along, but not with these results. Deep down, you know there has to be more to Bible study than just reviewing information. You need to have this type of eye-opening, amazing experience yourself so you can be ignited and become a facilitator who partners with Christ in His work of igniting His people. If this is you and others at your church need to join the Emmaus Facilitator Circle. The Emmaus Facilitator Circle is 12 facilitator training sessions. Now, these 12 facilitator training sessions, these are the abbreviated experience. You can also choose the thorough Emmaus experience, which is 20 facilitator training sessions. It all depends on how ignited you want to be and how thorough you want to be able to facilitate others being ignited. We will be training in how to go beyond the surface and how to lead people to be vulnerable with God. Not us or each other so much, but with God in their private space with Him. These training sessions will include weekly Bible study reviews using the Everlasting Gospel in Genesis Bible Study Workbook, which is your opportunity to have an eye-opening, heart-burning Emmaus experience. You'll also have weekly faith and prayer challenges to keep us active, practical, and intentional. There will be pre, mid, and post spiritual health assessments, group launch training or consultation, because your goal is to launch a small group Bible studies or a branch Sabbath school at your church or wherever while you are in facilitator training, and that will make your training more practical. You'll also have access to small group experts, those who are and have ignited their congregations and small groups. In addition, you will be paired with 2 study buddies for accountability and support. You will receive a discipleship plan of action for your church. Before you try to run Igniting Everyone, you need a plan of action that you and your church can tailor to your needs. The Emmaus Facilitator Circle is not just training, but it's also membership in the virtual small group community with like-minded people that will encourage and equip you with this transformational training experience. And if that weren't enough, here are the bonuses. Bonus 1, access to facilitator lesson notes throughout the program. These are video clips where I summarize the important parts of the lesson and the additional questions and texts and activities that I do in my small groups. Bonus 2, there will be replays of training videos if you ever miss a training session. Bonus 3 is private consultation of 40 minutes that is open to only a few. There are few consultation slots. So if you are ready to put spiritual stagnation, low attendance, low morale, and all of its other fruit in the past for good, click below and sign up immediately for this training so that we can get you and or your church started on this journey. Let me encourage you with this. Our God can do the impossible. If he can ignite a water-soaked altar for Elijah, he can ignite your languishing church, making it the vibrant center of worship, learning, service, and truth it was called to be. He can ignite your listless members, leading them to be discipling disciples. He can ignite you to strengthen you for the wonderful plans he has for you. Join me on this road to Emmaus, and let's connect with Jesus and have our hearts burn, ignited by him for service and love. Pray with me. God, ignite our church.